Greetings, fellow nerds. Welcome to another MTG NerdPhil video where we are doing some Strixhaven standard ranked. We're back in Mythic, I suppose. It's been a while since we've been here, but we are back using this time at Twitch sometimes and just on my own time to climb up the standard rank ladder. So follow me on Twitch, but of course, while you're here on YouTube, be sure to hit that subscribe, hit that like, hit that subscribe button. And that notification bell. I said subscribe twice. You have an easy time finding me in the future. And of course, this Twitch link will be in the description down below, as will the deck list and a couple of other decks. My goodness, my way with words today. That I played during Strixhaven. So yeah, be sure to just explore the channel. Check me out on Twitch. Doing some MTG, playing some Edge of Eternity. I've been streaming a little bit of Valorant. I'm not good with shooters, but it's fun. So whatever you guys want to see, hope that I have something for you guys there. So question of the day. I'm pretty excited for the new D&D set. I grew up playing D&D in college. I guess I can't really say I grew up, but I've been playing D&D since college. I've been on and off about it, but it's just one of my favorite games. It's just a great way to create a story, have a good laugh with your friends, and just kind of, yeah, it's a good way to roleplay. But I saw the new Tiamat card, but what other cards do you think are going to be in the series if you're a D&D player? I think Waterdeep will be a legendary land. Personally, Waterdeep has just been a staple in D&D, no matter what edition. Like, of course, it's more popular probably more recently, but Waterdeep's always been kind of like a central place for D&D. And we might see other planes, but yeah, I think I'm interested to see what that would even look like as a legendary land and what it would do. But let me know what cards you guys want to see in the next D&D set. But that team up card looks pretty dope, not gonna lie. So today, anyways, we're playing Pest Control. This is a Witherbloom deck. It's a little bit more on the goofy side. It is kind of a tribal deck, but we're just trying to have fun today. Let's put it that way. We'll see how many victories we can get here, but we're here to have fun. It's based around Blex, or Blex, maybe that's how you pronounce it. So let me show you what we're working with. So we got 4 Eye Witches, which is a bat, which does get bigger from Blex, and it helps us learn, which is fantastic. 3 Heartless Sacks for the removals, 4 Hunt for Specimens, gives us learn, and a little bit of stalling perhaps, or life gain. You guys know how the tokens work. 2 Cram Sessions, life gain, and learning. Sedgemoor Witch, which gives us a bunch of pests, and really strong overall, has done really well in the current meta. And of course, our card Blex, vesting pests. So we're playing stuff. We're playing pests, bats, insects. We don't have any snakes. We actually do have a spider. So they'll all get a nice buff from Blex. I know Blex is very fragile, but still worth trying out. And we still get some life even if Blex dies. So there's a little bit of a consolation prize. And we could also play Search for Blex. So this might be a little new for you guys. So you look at the top 5 cards of your library. You may put any number of them into your hand and rest into the graveyard. So you get to kind of have some card selection, and then you lose 3 life for each card you put into your hand. But like, let's say maybe you were going to look at 5 lands. You're like, oh, well, I don't need all of those lands. So, you know, that might help you. Sometimes it is worth it to take maybe even up to 6 life for 2 cards. It's pretty decent overall, but we're mostly playing Blex here. We got 4 Cultivates. We do play 1 top end huge creature, but I also think Cultivate's just a decent card in this deck just to get the lands out of our deck. And it triggers pretty nicely with Screwstorm. Now, Screwstorm, we don't have a mutate card, so we're not going to be like duplicating like crazy big mutated cards, but these will actually all be 2/2s with Blex out, so there's a bit of a consolation there. And then we are playing Arastra, which actually, as I was testing this out, was doing pretty strong, especially against Foretell cards. Because you just get a 2/3 really with Blex out, so there's a lot of good synergy, and it's actually really good against Prismari because Prismari is always playing spells. So, and Arastra is a little bit harder to kill. So actually, she's been popping off. I think it's a she. Yeah, it's definitely she. And then we got Belladros, which is a dragon, but of course at the upkeeps we're getting those pests. So pretty good overall. Then we got Aghanim's Awakening, Castle Lockways, some swamps, some forest, and some pathways. So pretty solid deck all around. I might include some Fabled Passage, but we're not going to do that now. I think it's okay the way it is. I probably would, think about it. So I've actually been using Karuga Boys. That's in my one of more recent videos to climb up the Mythic chain ladder. So go ahead, definitely check that video if you're like, what's a good way to get into Mythic? Karuga Boys is, it's got about a solid 60% win rate for me. Just kind of have to know when to mulligan and whatnot. So, but that was the deck actually. Surprisingly, it overperformed. I think the Winota decks are probably also fantastic cards. We're gonna go ahead and keep this. It has removal. It has our Blex. So I know we don't have any creatures out, but I'm totally okay with that. Cultivate will get rid of lands. So yeah. Definitely worth considering putting Fabled Passage, though. It's just solid turn 1 or turn 4 card, so... yeah, but... I would also like a Scoot Swarm. I wouldn't even mind drawing that late. Oh, looks like we're playing against Dimir Control, because there's no Loris. Could be Dimir Rogues, but I don't see a lot of Rogues play the way I do with Zeretstan. And I only play Zeretstan just to be a little bit more giggly, because I think he's hilarious. I see what's happening here. So, it might actually be Rogues. Can I hold priority? I cannot. Okay. I was wondering if I could hold priority before him playing a land, but you actually cannot, so. Oh no, we lost 2 of our Rastas. That's actually pretty rough, but it's not the end of the world. So we're going to go ahead and cultivate, actually. Boop, boop. And can remove the stop there. So we're actually pretty close to hard casting our Witherbloom, Bellatrix Witherbloom. I really like Witherbloom. He's a pretty good card as an Elder Dragon. I think all the Elder Dragons are actually pretty solid, if I'm frankly honest. Prismaris, of course, is pretty strong. I like Witherbloom. He's a little bit more. He's definitely an expensive late game, but he has a pretty strong effect. I do enjoy the Lorehold one. There's a lot of crazy, weird combos you can do with it. The Silverquill one is a little bit more, I think, of a commander card, but it's still a card nonetheless. So, so here we can Heartless Act. I'm more than happy to play the Heartless Act for the Crab, especially while they're tapped out on like colored mana. So, and you know, I don't want to get milled out. I do play Academy's Awakening, so there's kind of a plus side to being milled out in a certain sense, but and I know there are bigger threats out there, but Rune Crabs are just a fast way to lose the game, so I'm gonna try and not have that happen to us. Now, of course, I could have played Search for Blacks, but I just kind of decided, you know what, we're playing Blacks here, so yeah, we gotta try it, right? And yeah. So he probably has a Thieves Guild Enforcer, because there's a stop on his main phase too. He could be playing an Opt. So I actually think this is a Zeretstan deck, which actually makes me kind of worried. So Arasta would be pretty bad. Oh, that was a great card to steal. I could cast this for 3. Alright, we're gonna get in here then. So here comes the Thieves Guild Enforcer, I'm pretty sure. I could also hold this, but he's tapped out, so I'm just going to hard cast it for 3. Yeah, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Yep. Oh, I actually don't have another 3 draw. Wow, he milled in a way where I only get kind of 1 good card. Is it even worth it at that point? Wow, if I had a Sedgemoor Witch, I would have been fine. Or a Scroot Swarm even. Oh dear. I think I will cast this for 1. This is the most expensive reanimate. Oh, wait. I don't think I have enough. Yeah. I was like, why are you telling me I can't? This is the most expensive reanimate, but I'm fairly confident he has a Zeretstan in hand. And I just don't want that to happen, if I'm frankly honest. So I'm actually happy to sacrifice the Eye Witch here. Gain some life, alright. Yeah. Okay, well now I can take it because now he can't Zeretstan me, so this is fine. Oh, I got a viewer from Twitch. So this is actually someone who's been following me on Twitch. So yeah, got a decent following. So if you guys want to catch me on Twitch again, be sure to do so. Okay. Oh, we lost the Sedgemoor Witch. Okay, cultivate. Not a bad card, but not what I need right now. I'm just gonna hardcast the Witherbloom. It's the best thing I think I can do right now. And we do have a Necrotic Fumes, which is also pretty solid. So we can actually start sacking our tokens that we make if Witherbloom keeps surviving. So there is a bit of a plus side here. Alright, what is our opponent gonna do? Seems like he's been a bit mana screwed. Maybe he is playing expensive stuff. Like, I also play Rankle, so... this isn't my version, though, because I don't play Rune Crabs or the Bloodchief's Thirst in my version. I play a little bit more, like, tricky creatures. So I am kind of curious. I think he... I don't know if I just saw a glitch or I'm just seeing things, but it looked like he just looked at his library somehow. So I'm a little confused if I just... missaw that, if I'm frankly honest. I could be wrong here. Okay. As long as our Witherbloom keeps surviving here, we'll probably be okay. Sedgemoor Witch is pretty good. I'm gonna see if I can bait out a spell of some sort. Looks like he does have something. He's just not willing to cast it quite yet. Okay. So I think I'm actually gonna just hard cast Necrotic Flames here. So of course that pairs off super nicely with the Sedgemoor Witch because you just get something back. Yeah. Okay, so we got a decent combo going off here. Just with the Witherbloom. Witherbloom, good stuff. So, oh, what's he saying? Double bubble. I haven't tried it yet. Okay. So yeah, he actually did some wonderful frames for me, which you will hopefully see in the upcoming week. I've got a lot on my plate right now, and I'm ready to start vlogging about it just once everything gets finalized. Just hoping for a lot of good luck. So it's future stuff related, so send your thoughts and prayers, please. Woo! Oh, I think our opponent's just dead. Here comes Blex. Now they're all 2/2s. This is amazing. Looks like our opponent just didn't draw the... They probably drew all their top end stuff, so... Yeah, that has menace, so that does not quite work out. Oof. Alright, and we will cultivate for good measure. I don't think it really matters, but sure, I'll get green. And just play the land. Okay. So I can actually pay 10 life and untap all my lands. That doesn't really do me anything right now. So yeah, so this is a viewer of mine, Double Bubble. He has been just phenomenal in helping me just grow the stream on Twitch, so be sure to check him out. I think he gave me a little bit of luck there because I just beat rogues with kind of a silly deck. So of course the opponent was a little bit, looks like, I'm pretty sure they probably drew Zerthsan and Rankle, and it was just pretty tough to decide when to play. But I imagine they're probably not too thrilled losing to a jank deck in Mythic, but that's what we do here. But honestly, this deck has a decent chance against Mill, so I am gonna mulligan this. This is this is quite the funny hand. With three Blexes. Look, MTG. I know I'm playing a Blex deck, but that's not quite what I'm looking for here. So let's mulligan this hand. What? Oh gosh, no green source either. Oh. I am gonna keep this. I mean, it's unfortunate that this was what it's come down to, but I don't really have much of a choice here. I do not think I can mulligan to 5 and win, especially against mono white, it looks like. So I never mulligan to 5. I either just probably, honestly, it's just not even really worth it at that point. So just a personal opinion. Ooh. Okay, I've drawn all of my my insects and arachnids, but have not drawn a green land here. So this is definitely worse. Okay, so this is fine. I'm gonna go ahead and kill PVD over here, because I have multiple copies. Or he's probably gonna be like, "What the heck? What do I take from here?" So it looks like this is mono white aggro, probably with the Lorehold instructor. What's his name? Blade Master. I think it's Lorehold Blade Master. Okay, sure. Okay, green source? Nope. Okay, I believe this will be a good game. Yeah, if I don't draw a green land next turn, then I've definitely lost, so... Okay, so we drew all our black sources here. So, that stuff happens, don't worry about it. I was actually reading up on, like, smoothing and, so, if you didn't know, the game is actually favored in a way to where you don't get mana screwed too often, and you're supposed to actually get a balance of color cards. So that was actually a little bit of just pure unluckiness. So what I'm actually going to do here is put in some Fabled Passage while we're here. Yeah. So that actually kind of was a good experiment, though, to see if we needed to play Fabled Passage or not. Playing 3 is always a pretty good safe number. 4 is, I try not to play 4 because sometimes you don't want it. You don't want Fabled Passage to come in turn 2 or turn 3 because that means you're not usually doing anything because that land comes in untapped, right? So, yep. So I'm not really sure how that match would have panned out. Oh, goodness. Yeah, we'll go ahead and keep this. This is fine. I have faith. So Fabled Passage already coming in kind of handy here. Basically include it. I mean, if you're a 2-color deck, you should probably include it, just because you never really know. Okay, nice. Got a little lucky here with the top draw, but again, I had faith, so I wasn't worried one bit. Oh, did our opponent miss a turn 2 land drop? Oh, okay, I was like, no way, right? Like, he's capping. Alright. I'll go ahead and risk it. Okay, I thought he might have had a kill spell, and I was more than happy to risk it, but looks like he did not, which is interesting. I wonder if he's playing this card. Could be the case. It is Rakdos stuff. 3 damage to any target. Okay, super interesting there. Okay. Ah, so we were supposed to cultivate, unfortunately, so... what do we have? We just get a green and a black. It was a risky play, of course, but I'm a fan of the risk plays, honestly. I mean, it's you gotta have a little fun, right? He's playing environmental sciences. I wonder. So maybe this is the perfect time to go ahead and play Arasta. She's like has a big butt too, which I really like. So I'm gonna go ahead and discard our learn card. I don't think I really need that right now, so. So, Rakdos does play a good amount of instants and sorcery, so we might be able to get a couple triggers here from Arata, and even if she dies, we have a second one, so I'm pretty okay with this, to be quite honest. He's not close to escaping with the Croxa, so I'm not too worried about that. And it's not the worst. If we can make a good amount of chump blockers, we should be okay. So next time we can even, I mean, we might even play Search for Blex. Just kind of depends what our next draw is. But honestly, it's a Blex deck. We just got to play our boy out. You know, we just got to go bleh all over our opponent. I've actually like really enjoyed making like janky decks a little bit more in Mythic because it's just kind of funny because I think in the Mythic the percentile area, people are more likely to play like they're still on tryhard mode. Um, so it's still interesting to see that we can still beat those decks. I wonder if our opponent just DC'd here. So there's our friend saying. Thanks so much. Maybe he just drew a lot of instants and sorceries, and he's just like, wait, I'm just giving my opponent a bunch of 1/2s, which are actually 2/3s because we have Blex in hand. So I think our opponent might have DC'd though. I don't like winning games this way. Might see a couple edits here, so. Here's the thing though, never say good game because, I mean, if you want to win, you want to win, right? You know, just leave him alone. Okay. Ooh, Sedgemoor Witch is pretty solid. I might actually just play the Sedgemoor Witch and then hold back the Heartless Act, just to remove a creature. Because we don't need to rush right now. I think our opponent did DC. The opponent could be at work when they're supposed to be working. Or maybe the opponent's playing when they're supposed to be working. Does happen. I was actually thinking about doing a video on how you can how wizards should punish people who consistently time out. I feel like it's pretty easy to track, honestly. Oh no, the opponent's here. Okay, Coldspine Dragon, and we're going to get rid of that. So this is why we always hold back. All right, here it comes. Blex. He's hovering like, he's like, what am I looking at? You two are looking at the finest card in history, Blex. Okay, I mean, the opponent has access to a lot of mana, so, I mean, it's not like we're in the clear. Oh, actually, Arata's even, so... yeah, that's still fine. Yeah, we still have some stuff, unless they have another one. This is actually kind of annoying, not gonna lie. I don't want him to have an errata. That's a little unfortunate, I'm not gonna lie. Not gonna lie, that was a little rough. Castle Lockdown is not bad. I'm actually gonna go ahead and use it now. Because I want to search for an answer. That's a card. Alright, so he takes 5 here. He could be playing the errata, but that's 4 of his mana. I don't really know if he wants to do that. Can't play Croxa. Okay. This is slightly concerning.
My tutelage, even sorry, you don't make the grade.
I don't make the grade? Sag. That professor is poison. 1, 2, 3. Oh, jeez. You know what? I gotta do Agadeem's Awakening here for 4. We just gotta. Oh, but that's right. We don't have a lot of stuff. Well then, you know what? Okay, let's just attack here. Okay, that's a good sign. That means he wants to keep Valkyrie around. Well then, meet Witherbloom. Who is also a flyer, by the way. You have an Elder Giant, I have an Elder Dragon. And I still have access to Agadeem's Awakening. I'm pretty sure he's going to probably play the Croxa this turn. So losing the Agadeem's Awakening is going to be a little painful, but it's not the worst. This is actually a lot closer than I thought it was going to be. I thought the opponent DC'd, so... They could play another Professor Onyx. That is most certainly could be the case here. He is hovering over it, so he's definitely considering it at the very least. That is a lot of damage. I paid 12 for that? Jeez. I don't know how much... How did he have that much mana? It's kind of strange, but whatever. So we're going to attack here. Get in there, pest. Alright, we are going to hardcast this for 4. Because we can't pay the full amount to get Witherbloom would cost way too much. He would be 7 plus... He'd be 10? Ugh. Yeah, heck no. That's just not possible. That's just not doable. Okay. Probably the Croxa here. Here's the thing. Even if we draw lands, it's not the worst thing because of Scute Swarm. So... Actually, any card we draw is going to help us out. So that's kind of the advantage of Scute Swarm, almost. Like, it's... Your top deck isn't the worst, if that makes sense. Like, you still have some sort of, like, consolation prize. And that's always a good thing. Like, that's how I think of Catan. Like, you know, if you don't get... You know, I always try to go for variety. Sometimes I do the all-in risk. But, like, on Catan, I try to go as many different numbers. Because even if I don't get, like, the material I want, maybe I'm getting something anyway. This is most certainly a problem, though. A card called Ugin. Honestly, that's a little surprising. I feel like I don't see that much, so that's super interesting. Okay, another. So super nice thing here is that Arata is out of Ugin range, so he can't just yeet her out of existence. But Goldspan Dragon's pretty bad. But I can at least stop it, so that's kind of nice. Okay, so I can oh, you know what? I'm actually gonna have to take the 4 here because of Ugin. So this is a hardcast the Croxa. If we draw a removal spell, we win. So we might actually just go for 2 removal spells. I'm actually glad we didn't block the dragon, because we have a good chance of winning here. So he actually play a creature, because otherwise, I mean, he just loses, obviously. So here comes the Croxa. But I think we have multiple chances to draw a removal spell. Or a learn card. That's also super important. We could also draw a learn card. That might be able to get us out of here. Okay, so before the discard happens, I'm going to go ahead and draw. I know I'm taking extra damage here. I guess technically it would be the errata. We have one in hand. Okay. This is fine. This is certainly risky, though. Oh, we might actually just... Yeah, we have to draw the removal spell here. Oh, I shouldn't have played the Sedgemoor Witch. Oh, I should not have played the Sedgemoor Witch. Not that it mattered, actually. Okay. Okay. I mean, I have to. Alright, alright. We're still in this. We're still in this. This is very close, though. Again, this... This I did not see coming, though. Okay. I think our opponent wins from here. Okay, so usually they don't play Ugin, I think. So this is a little bit more on the unusual side. And we did draw pretty... So our top decks were... Actually, they were fine, but we didn't have the Scute Swarm in time to really help us out. And he played all the exiles, so... good game from our opponent. Okay. So the deck still works. It's just a little bit more on the goofy side. So I mean, I don't know. I think I had a lot of fun. I think honestly, if it was anything but an Ugin, like even just a creature, we probably would have won that. So I was a little shocked by the Ugin, but I guess it works. It's just interesting to see, but it's good that the opponent's thinking about mixing it up. So hopefully you guys enjoyed that. Just you know, watching me do goofy things. Be sure to check out my other decks that I played in the description. Follow me on Twitch. Hit those buttons down below. We're on the way to 300 subscribers. Really help me out. I've been seeing some other MTG YouTubers pop off, and you know, I think I could be one of those pretty soon with your help. So yeah, just continue helping and supporting. Throw whatever way you can. So right now up top, YouTube is showing you my most recent upload, and right below that is a video that YouTube thinks you specifically likes. Go ahead, check those videos out, explore their channel, comment, all that stuff, anything that you guys want to do to help me just boost this channel. So thank you all so much for watching. I'll see you for the next NerdPhil.